Tough, right?
Everything about me by the payment. I eat greedy, my pockets impatient. He ran up and got turned to a patient. I came up, then I left in amazement. I was broke trying to get out the basement. I mean, go say I'm never complacent. On that day for some shoes and a white tank top when the days got hotter. Me go, I can walk in the trap and turn work in the Gucci. I reach in the pocket and I put out some Prada. Hey, me go serving Bobby and Whitney. See me swerving, I'm bobbing and weaving. I been working, I'm plotting and scheming. My feet burning, me go out with demons.
When we talk about aura farmers in media, we usually think about the classics like Piccolo, Darth Vader, Kurapika, and here's the even crazier show, Tai Lung. Which makes me question, who is the aura farmer in Tekken? Well, that privilege goes to... Now, you might say, didn't you make a King video? And my response is, I did. But this is Armor King, and I like Armor King, so you can suck my dick. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, most people that aren't familiar with lucha libre or wrestling in general would be asking, why are there two kings? Well, let me tell you, it's extremely common practice in wrestling to have a good guy, known as the babyface, and the bad guy, who's known as the heel. In lucha libre, it's also really common to see an evil version of a babyface. The most popular example I can give you is Octagon y Pentagon. Octagon being the babyface and Pentagon being the heel. And you can tell who's the heel and who's the face with the clothes they're wearing. Babyfaces usually have more vibrant colors that make them stand out, while heels wear more darker and moody colors. Nowadays, that usually isn't the case, but it's still cool to know. Now, back to Armor King. Armor King's origins aren't really known. A lot of people theorize he's from the US, specifically New York. Some people think he's Mexican because he's a luchador. The Tekken team hasn't specifically said where AK is from. However, this is my video and my headcanon is he's a black Mexican, potentially being born in Oaxaca, Mexico, or La Costa Chica de Guerrero. Now, to set the scene. Armor King and King are having a match. This was in King's rookie year, and King accidentally crushes Armor King's eye. This sidelines Armor King, making his career be derailed, while King's career succeeds. This quickly turns into a rivalry, and when the King of Iron Fist tournament was announced, Armor King overhears King is planning to join the tournament. So in order to get his run back, Armor King decides to join the tournament as well. Armor King would lose this fight. However, the two became great friends and sparring partners, making their rivalry a little more friendly. Shockingly, this is also really common practice amongst babyfaces and heels. And the only example I can think of is CM Punk and John Cena. And that's about it. I don't know. If you know any, please leave some in the comments. I do appreciate it. After the first King of Iron Fist tournament, King's orphanage starts to struggle. And then, after a child's death, King starts spiraling and his alcoholism starts taking full control of him. Armor King notices this and is worried about his fellow wrestler and friend. Later, he finds King stumbling in an alleyway, noticeably drunk. Armor King hands King his mask and encourages him to train for the second King of Iron Fist tournament. With this change, they both entered the tournament, and while neither were successful, Armor King's condition worsened. The cause of this is still unknown, but if you look closely at his ending, his injury previously against King starts to worsen. His vision gets blurry, and he starts to cough up blood. 16 years have passed, and chaos is falling upon the world as the god of fighting, Ogre, is awakened. He seeks out the most powerful martial artists so he could absorb them. One of those victims happened to King. In a desperate fight, King unfortunately dies, and Armor King is destroyed by this news. He lost a rival and a great friend, and he spiraled into a depression. However, he learns a new person is donning the Jaguar mask. A new king, King 2. This is also really common in Lucha Libre, where a legacy/character never dies, as a family member picks up the legacy. And a really great example would be Santo and Hijo de Santo. However, the new king struggles to win any matches, and this makes Armor King decide, yo, you're disrespecting King's legacy, so let me train you so you can get better. Once this king got stronger, more technical, Armor King tells him about the death of the OG king, where he tells him that he was killed in combat against Ogre. And after being strong enough, King decides to sign up for the third King of Iron Fist tournament to avenge the man who took care of him as a child. King was unable to win the tournament, and a year or so later, Armor King was found in a bar in Arizona. He overhears a commotion and a fight is about to start. And being the good Samaritan he is, he goes to intervene and de-escalate the situation. However, this would be a fool's move, as he gets killed in the process. The man that killed him, his name is Craig Marduk. Armor King left behind a legacy that the new king uses for motivation to enter the fourth King of Iron Fist tournament. It is also said that King made sure to get Craig Marduk out of jail just so he can spin the block for Armor King. They face up, and King wins the fight and hospitalizes Marduk. However, King spares him, but Marduk taunts King by wearing the mask of the now deceased Armor King. And now you're probably wondering, this video isn't done. Well, surprise, surprise, there's actually a second Armor King. This new Armor King is the younger brother of the OG Armor King. They actually used to be a tag team, and how King didn't know this beats me, but you know, it's Tekken. So, the new Armor King most likely sees this broadcast and is pissed off. He is so pissed that he attacks Marduk after his match against King in the 5th King of Iron Fist tournament. Now, he did it with the lights off, and as soon as the lights came back on, he dips. However, Marduk is spooked as he catches a glimpse of what he thinks is a dead man walking. Marduk and King joined the 6th King of Iron Fist tournament to see if this new Armor King is going to join. It is unknown if they were successful or not, but what we do know is that Marduk goes to the grave of the OG Armor King to see if he's really dead. Now, if you played the story mode in Tekken 6, it is said that AK wasn't a part of the tournament, most likely because he was helping human test subjects escape G-Corp. Okay, to quickly go over this, the reason why the 6th King of Iron Fist tournament didn't happen is because Jin decided to become a war criminal and start World War III. So that is a small tidbit I am going to correct here. Now back to Marduk. King meets up with him to check up on him and to see what he's doing, obviously. And that's where Armor King introduces himself and says he's the younger brother of the OG Armor King, and how he won't forgive Marduk for killing his brother. And you're probably wondering the same thing I'm wondering. How the fuck is Marduk understanding any of them? Like, they're just growling at each other. Like, are you really good at lip reading? How the fuck do you understand these two? Because I refuse to believe you're having coherent conversations with two furries that are always in character. Like, please break character. I have not seen King speaks Spanish once. Like, seriously, look at this shit.
Don't lie to me. I killed him with my own hands. What the?
Like, you can't be serious about that. What the f? But I digress. Before the announcement of the 7th King of Iron Fist tournament, Armor King and Marduk were just straight throwing hands. I mean, they were beating the actual shit out of each other to the point they were both critically injured. And this makes King worried. So he enters the 7th King of Iron Fist tournament to help pay for both of their injuries. They were both hospitalized. And now they start waking up. Marduk is the first to wake up and is immediately on the timing and wants to kill Armor King. But King was like, nah. Nah, you gotta have a fair fight. Come on, pa. So they wait for Armor King to wake up so they can discuss the terms of the fight, as Marduk wanted more than just a simple match. Armor King wakes up and the terms goes as such. If Marduk loses, he retires from wrestling. But if Armor King loses, he would have to lose his mask as well as the title of Armor King. This is also a thing that happens IRL in Lucha Libre. Usually it's a hair versus mask match, but still the same premise here. It could also be a mask versus mask match as well, where if a luchador loses his mask, he will either have to create a whole new character or continue wrestling bareface. Now, thankfully for AK, this match doesn't happen, as Heihachi, the tournament organizer for the 7th King of Iron Fist tournament, disappeared. And with Kazuya and G-Corp taking over, their match would not happen at all. But this leaves Armor King seething for an opportunity to get his leg back. But King appears to him one day and basically says, yo, revenge, it's never an option. But Armor King just low-key says, I ain't listening to you. So King has no choice but to challenge Armor King, saying, I would do anything to protect Marduk from you. Now, King's a better man to me, because, you know, he's forgiving, and he's all like, you know what? Shit happens, and revenge isn't as sweet as you think. But I really don't understand why he's protecting this murderer, because, bro, he done killed your dog. That's your homeboy. But I guess that's what makes me me and not King, I guess. But back to the story. Armor King is reluctant at first, as King is an OG student of the original Armor King. But he doesn't care, as his evil side is being embraced. One small detail I forgot to mention is, before the original Armor King's death, he taught his brother a forbidden move, and my theory is the forbidden move is in his Rage Art, which is a move done by Kenta Kobashi, and it's called the Burning Hammer. And what makes the Burning Hammer really special, in my opinion, is the fact that it was only used 7 times in Kenta Kobashi's whole career. Now you're probably wondering, why was it only used 7 times? Well, one of the reasons is because it was known as a super finisher. And what a super finisher is basically a very rare move that was incredibly dangerous and signified 99% of the time that a match was over. And the second reason is how dangerous the move itself really is, because you're spiking your opponent to the ground. They can't tuck in and they can't put their head back, because that would risk neck injuries, and they didn't want to risk neck injuries, and that's why it was only done 7 times. I think this is really cool that the Tekken team decided to have this move as a Rage Art and basically signify the end of the match if you're low enough and you're opponent is low enough. I thought it was really cool. Now, if you ask me, would I take the burning hammer for $1 million? Shit, I'll do it because that's $1 million. But I'm gonna be in the hospital for a while. Now that's it for the story, but this is more of a fun thing I want to do because I really want to show you some of my favorite outfits from Armor King's wardrobe. One of them being, technically it's a king outfit, but I don't care, it's Armor King. Look at the mask. It's the Tekken 3 alternative for king. How many dudes you know rocking leather print sweats, bro? Come on, how many dudes? And the Air Maxes, bro? Come on, keep playing with them. Okay, they low-key might be Reeboxes, but like, shut the fuck. Also, do like the tap out collab they did here. I mean, for Tekken 6. This tap out collab, I really love the shirt. I love the pants. This is just a really solid fit. And the last outfit I'm going to be showing you guys is the Tekken 8 Alternative 3. I love everything about it. I love the hoodie. I love the mask especially. I love the colors. I love everything about this. But one thing is, you're not slick, Armor King. You're really not. You think I would have noticed, huh? You think I would have noticed that fake ass chain you're rocking? Who the fuck do you think you are rocking that fake ass chain?
Seat in the chair look a little bit legs too wide open. Hey, why you just sitting in a chair like that with your legs clocked open like that?
That's off Timu, dog.
But that's it for this video. I hope you guys do enjoy this video, as you know, it is kind of long, but I do want to say thank you for all your support. And I hope you guys are spending, hopefully, if this video comes out on time, your Valentine's Day really happy with your partner, the ones you love, your friends, or even by yourself. I hope you're spending it well. Anyways, with the way the world is right now, I hope you guys are safe and are doing well. I really do appreciate your guys' support. And I'll talk to you guys later when I become more consistent. Oh my god.